Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Marcus Jordan was involved in a police pursuit just before his DUI arrest on Tuesday morning, though dash cam footage showed that Marcus was able to successfully dodge the popos, at least for a brief moment. The footage shows a Seminole County Sheriff's officer trying to pull Marcus over in his Lamborghini SUV around 1:03 a.m. But a few minutes later, you can see in the clip that Marcus clearly got away by putting his foot on the gas. For some reason, the Seminole County officer stopped pursuing Marcus. Instead, he pulled over, radioed in the matter, and said, "I'm turning around." I ain't got no problem with that, and here's why. Marcus was in a Lamborghini smashing the gas. If the officer would have allowed his ego to take control, perhaps he would have smashed the gas, and somebody would have ended up dead, like what happens in a lot of these type of cases. A lot of times, these high pursuits, the officer will have the information they need to catch up with the suspect later. But their ego gets in the way and they smash the gas and end up smashing into somebody, killing innocent people. It happens all the time, all around this country on a daily basis. So I got to give that officer props for pumping his brakes and saying, "Hey, look, here's the car, here's the license plates. You can catch up with them later, but I'm gonna turn around. This is the farthest I am going. I'm turning around, I'm not going any further." Marcus, according to police documents, was found by Maitland Police Department officers some 10 minutes later on a nearby railroad track. Officers wrote in the docs that Marcus's car had gotten struck. And when they questioned him about the situation, they claimed he showed signs of being wasted. After allegedly failing several ensuing field sobriety tests, Marcus was placed into custody for driving under the influence. During a search of his person, cops say they found cocaine in his pocket. Marcus was allegedly combative as the officers tried to put him in the squad car. And once they were able to finally wrestle him into the car and take him to a nearby jail, cops say he sang the entire time. Marcus, who cops say refused a breathalyzer, was ultimately charged with DUI crash causing property damage, possession of cocaine, and resisting an officer without violence. According to reports, he spent several hours behind bars, but was released from jail late Tuesday morning. On his way out of custody, he did not speak to journalists who were trying to snoop around and get a little information as to why Marcus was behaving so erratically. Cocaine, perhaps? Yeah, anyway, fam, they've been trying to get a statement from Marcus and his people, or Jordan or somebody, and so far, everyone is mum. Okay, so Marcus is heading down a very dangerous path. Remember, I think he was in France when somebody filmed him, somebody snapped a photo of him snorting cocaine. That wasn't long ago. In fact, that was around the Olympics, the time of the Olympics. So that was this past summer, right? And now we have him taking the police on a high-speed chase, getting busted with cocaine in his pocket. The boy is headed to prison because I'm sure they're going to give him another slap on the wrist. He's going to receive a slap on the wrist. I didn't mean to say another, but he's about to receive a slap on the wrist. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're probably going to give him some type of diversion program, right? Whereas if he complete that program, it might take 6 months to a year. He completes the program, doesn't get in any trouble. The case is wiped off of his record as if it never happened. And he gets to continue to go on to live his life, which is cool if he would learn his lesson. But I don't believe he's going to learn his lesson. I think he's one of those kids who is just going to have to learn the hard way. I say kid, he's a grown man, but he's a lot younger than me. So that's why I say a kid. But I think he's one of those dudes who is just going to have to learn the hard way, unfortunately. And I know Mike got to be tripping because, Mike tried to have that squeaky clean reputation, which we know what that's about. And at some point, that might start to hurt Mike's brand. But knowing Mike, he will distance himself before he allows that. He will distance himself before he allows that to happen. And rightfully so. I'm sure he's had many talks with his son. They appear to be close. So I'm sure he's had talks with him like, look, man, this is how you got to do it. You want to do your cocaine, man. You got to do your cocaine in your room, by yourself, man. All the doors shut and the shutters down and curtains closed. You don't do your cocaine, man. You don't walk around with the cocaine in your pocket, man. If the cops get back behind you, don't keep your cocaine in a vial, man, because they going to know what that's for. They going to check it and they going to say cocaine residue. So don't do that. If you want to put it in some, put it in. I don't know if he went that far with it, but these celebrity kids, they trip me out. The ones who just be out there wild and out. You got everything, bro. You got it laid out for you, bro. All you got to do is stay out the way. Anyway, there was no mention of what type of punishment Marcus might be facing should he be convicted of the crimes he's accused of. But I do know this, the reward does not outweigh the risk here. He could have got his head blown off. There are some overzealous cops out there who would have taken a direct offense to him pulling off and smashing that gas. Oh yeah. There are some real nuts out there who would have took his life. They take fleeing too personal. If I could say one thing to Marcus right now to help him move forward in life, I would simply say, slow down. No more talk.